There's some alarming data coming out about the economy. Right now, 18% of all American individuals report that they make at least $100,000 a year, and 34% of all households say they meet the same income threshold. But at the same exact time, 50+% of all households that make $100,000 or more are reporting that they are living paycheck to paycheck. If we go ahead and we actually expand out the income threshold, over 60% of American workers also report to be living paycheck to paycheck. This is an immense problem, and it is this silent, secret pandemic that is eating away at the financial security of tens of millions of Americans. If we go ahead and we take a look at what is driving this, people will say, well, the average worker is actually being paid 4.4% more this year than last year. While that nominal number may seem positive, you have to actually measure the real change in wages that accounts for inflation. As we have seen since the start of 2021, for more than 24 months, the average American worker is actually being paid less than they were previously. That means that their real wage earning growth is negative, and inflation continues to ravage everything that they have. Now, on top of that, we can go and look at something like the savings rate, which is near historic lows. It makes sense. If you're making less money in purchasing power terms, you start to tap into your savings. As you begin to deplete those savings and we get near the historic lows, we then can go and look at credit card debt, which is skyrocketing in America and now is nearing all-time highs. But it's not just a problem enough to have skyrocketing credit card debt. On top of that, if we go and we look at the credit card debt interest rates, we can see that those are now skyrocketing as well, given that the Fed continues to increase the federal funds rate. And so not only are Americans taking on immense amounts of credit card debt, but the credit card interest rate is now going up over 18%. This is a recipe for disaster. We already have a dire financial position for more than 60% of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck. Regardless of whether you make more or less than $100,000, there is immense pain in the economy. Add in the fact that everyone is depleting their savings, credit card debt is soaring, and the interest rate is exploding higher, and I don't see any relief on the horizon. The only thing that you can actually do to help protect yourself is do your absolute best to shore up your personal balance sheet, build up the reserves of your savings. Try to avoid taking on high interest credit card debt and do everything you can to pay off whatever credit cards you have every single month. I don't know how long this recession will last. I don't know how deep or bad it will get. But what I do know is that right now, the current state of consumers and the average American family is horrible. It doesn't help that the price of eating food at home has increased by over 11% in the last 12 months. This is completely unsustainable. It's unclear where American families will continue to get more funds to help fuel the lifestyle they need to survive. But at the end of the day, you gotta find a way.